Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. And my co-host Barbara is she'll be off doing something, so she'll be back with us next time. Now I want to see if this is Dayle that's calling in. Give me 1 second here. Dayle, is that you?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, how are you doing tonight, Dayle?
I don't know. I fell asleep. I think I almost fell asleep while I was driving. It's so hot here with the fires. And then I choked on a piece of watermelon and I couldn't get it out of my throat. So
I remember,
I'm okay now.
I mean, I got to say, you've had, I'm going to go ahead and put Richard on, but I'm going to go ahead and say you've had a lot of stress, in the past couple of, and you had a big relief for that stress. Am I right?
I hope so. I hope so.
You want to talk about it, or would you rather it be private?
Sure. No, it's fine. Is Richard on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was, I don't know if it was stress, but it was different. It was, I've never had this problem in my 4 hours a day looking for a house to rent that would be to my standards. Just to be, I just didn't want to take anything because I have a German Shepherd dog. He had to have a backyard. My husband had to have a 2-car garage. He had to have storage. And I found, in 3 months, 2 or 3, but when I find them, I got it zapped away from me. One I found, but the guy didn't have air conditioning. Well, in Nevada right now, we're 95 degrees going to 100, and then we have the fires. And I wasn't going to go into a place that had no air and he didn't want to put air in. I said I'd pay for the air little, windows. And, oh, no, my windows may not hold them. Anyway, that was that one. And then the next one I found was halfway decent, but they wanted $2,800. The rents are ridiculous. And the point was he had someone at the last second go out from under me for $35,000. In other words, the guy said, I'll give you $35,000 rent for the whole year, and therefore you can rent it to me. So it's not been easy. I mean, houses have been running from $2,000 on up. And, you get to the point where the locals, we just can't afford this. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I finally found one through my realtor that was $1,800, and that was fine. And it has 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and huge backyard, fence for my dog, and double-car garage. And that's good enough for now. That's where I'm at.
Wow. Okay.
But it's been rough. I don't know if it's that rough in Florida. Is it? Jonathan?
Well, what was what?
Renting of a place.
Oh, well, you've been really worried about this for a long time. I mean, and it's really nice because I love you very much. I'm really glad to see you not have to. You're my psychic aunt, and it's really nice. Well, I figured you'd like that better than Judge Judy.
Well, thank you. I do like that better than Judge Judy. I do. It's been rough because I didn't want to leave the area, and the next step was to go with Richard and go to New Mexico, and I didn't want to go there because he has a family there, and they have their own issues, So I didn't want to go there and bother anybody. So and then I'd have to live in a trailer and all that stuff either. So far so good. I gave him the money yesterday, and we probably won't move until about between the 7th and the 10th of August, which is fine, because now I have stress we're moving. You know?
At least you know you're getting a place. Yeah. Well, let's see. Are you ready to take a call?
Well, I will, but you can talk to Richard for a moment.
Okay.
Just don't leave him hanging.
Richard, how are you
doing? Can I add something? Well,
What?
I'm doing pretty good, John. It has been literally 2 or 3 months of disappointments, and then 2 or 3 months of frustration. You know, and people are just they want to know your history and when you're going to have your next kid, and do you have $5 million in your back pocket, and we might consider you for renting. And it's really freaky. Dropping back to my normal age group, say in my 40s, when you walked in to some place and you wanted to rent it, and there was a rent sign, and you said, "Yeah, I'll take it." You gave me your money and walked out. There was none of this stuff of, I want to see how much you make and how much you spend, and all this kind of nonsense. So it's very frustrating, never.
Yeah, extremely, and it's rough on us because hey, I've been paying rent 4.5 years to the same realty company, never been late, and they don't care. Oh, what? Make sure your score is 760. I go, what? In the middle of coronavirus? I don't think so. It's. And then so we'll pick somebody that has a high score. So then you got on top of that, John, you got to put in $40-50 every single time you want to look at a house. So people are starting to catch on. They're not putting the money in. House prices are dropping a little, and there's a little bit more rentals that are coming online because people are just, not putting up, or they're moving out of the area.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Jonathan,
really weird.
You there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm right here.
Well, it's been very rough.
Yeah.
But now comes the packing, which we're doing, and just want to move over there. Then there'll come the unpacking. Then we're going to Hawaii. Screw it.
Maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Okay.
What do you say
maybe
for? You got a ticket.
So?
So?
Somebody will have to punch it,
What?
My bad humor. Okay. Maybe you got a caller here.
We do have a caller. I'm going to put it on. There's an on. Is that okay, Dayle?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Area code 919. You're on the air.
Hello, my name is Sandra, and I'm calling from Georgia, and I was just listening to all the stress and drama you've been going through about the move, and I totally understand. It's the short, quick version of it is my relationship is still much love there, and we are getting along. I'm moving out with my partner, and she, I'm moving at the end of the month, so I have been going through exactly what you're talking about. And like you said, these applications, it's like $50, $75, $60
right,
just to apply, and that's not the administrative fee that they charge, for doing the application. So I told you. So I think I have I have a place, and it looks like I'm scheduled to move next week. So I'm praying
tell me
is
about it.
On.
Tell me about it. Why in Georgia? Why in Georgia is it so tough?
That rent moratorium, that housing moratorium that was going on because of COVID and not being able to, just evict people, and that has been a good and a bad. It's good.
Okay, wait
for
a minute.
people
Wait,
who are...
1 second. 1 second. Richard?
Mm-hmm.
Richard?
Yeah.
Do you have the TV on?
No. Yeah. No.
I mean, I can hear background noise of a television.
Well, it ain't me. Not getting
it ain't
me.
You. Okay.
Oh,
all
I'm
right.
sorry. Okay.
All right. Go ahead, honey. So what did you end up getting?
So I found it's so crazy. I found a house that I was really excited about, thought I was going to move into it. then the realtor, she's really good. She said that there was an issue with it. So a couple of more looks, and I finally found a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And I'm just waiting to, get the date. I've already put the hold fee down, so I'm just waiting for the actual date to do the walkthrough and sign the lease, which I'm hoping will be next Friday, because that's like
I can tell
payday.
You got the house, so don't worry. How much is it?
$1,500 a month.
You see what I mean? Even in Georgia, it's high price.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
What were your prices?
That's a low end, and that was a lower end, meaning like I'm getting a 3-bedroom house for it's actually $1,550, but a 1-bedroom apartment could have been $1,550 if I stayed in the Atlanta area. So I'm looking out on the suburbs so I can get something I can afford.
Well, that's great. Are you going to have any problems with work or anything like that?
Yeah, that was my question that I'm asking. I called in to ask. I accepted a position a few months back, and I thought, well, the short of it is, they're not delivering on what they promised. This is just totally, completely different, and I'm just learning to bite my tongue.
What type of work do you do?
In the legal field, I contract management,
contract
negotiations.
What does that
doing
mean?
Contracting, the legal documents for the company. So doing contract review, contract management.
All right. You mean you can't tell me you can't get a job anywhere doing that?
Well, no, it's not that I can't get a job anywhere. I have a job. I'm just not liking it, and I'm realizing this is not the best move for me. So I'm looking.
Okay. Well, it's easier to get a job when you have a job. Okay. I don't know why that is. It just is. So just keep the one you have temporarily, and then I promise you within 2 to 3 months or less, you're going to find something. They need legal people to do what you do. So right where you're living, I feel like you're going to be able to find something.
That's great. I'm praying and trusting that I am, because I realize where I am. I'm not getting what I was promised. This is
what did they promise you?
What
did they promise you?
The duties would be a lot different. The salary, although it's good, is still not what they originally said, and the opportunity for the bonus. I just say my manager, she's a little different than anybody I've ever worked for. She is very crude, very sarcastic. She says some things sometimes during meetings that I mean, I know I have a little potty mouth at times, but there's a time and a place. She will bring you to blush.
Wow. Is she from New York?
Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
the problem.
She's a New York girl. She's a New York girl, yeah.
Well, don't blame her. Don't blame her. I'm from Jersey, New York, and oh man, I get accused left and right of being crude and mean and saying weird things, and it's just because that's the way I was raised.
It's not. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm like the little choir girl by no means, but it's like she has called me on making a comment that she has said and somebody else has said within the meetings, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to pick and choose who can say what, okay?
Well, no, Becky's people they're not all like that, It's just like, look, when I moved from back east to Hawaii, I couldn't understand why people were so good and kind. I mean, they come over and they bring you presents and they bring you stuff and you go, what? And they must want something, and that wasn't it at all. That was just the Hawaiian way. But I mean, in as far as Becky's people, once they get to know you, once they fall in love with you, and I mean that literally, that's it. That's it. You got a friend for life. They will kill for you. They will die for you. So don't just ignore what she says, okay?
Okay. I'm just praying and hoping that for my sanity, I will be out of there because it's a stressful work environment because I never know what the rules change so quickly. I have no problem with changing and things, but it's like she'll give me instructions on something and then it's like she changes her mind and almost like I'm supposed to read her mind, and I'm thinking, but how would I have known to do it differently if you gave me instructions the last time and you didn't tell me it was done differently?
Don't worry. You're going to get something else. So just hang in there and do the best you can.
Gotcha. Thank you. You actually answered the question.
You might go to lunch with her and say, look, here's my problem. You tell me to do one thing and then you change your mind in midstream. I'm famous for that. I really am famous for that. I'll say, go do this, and then boom, I change my mind. I could be doing that while driving. I'm driving to one place, and I don't want to go here, so I go somewhere else. So it's just that way. But you're going to be all right. I see you making a lot of money. I see you being very successful. I see you being very good, and a new partner is in store for you.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You got a lot. But what part of Atlanta are you in?
I'm moving to Douglasville. Yeah.
How far is that from Atlanta?
Let's see. It's probably about 16, 17 miles out.
Oh,
that's not really far. Yeah.
Okay.
Far,
but questions: aren't the houses cheaper out there?
Oh God, yes, they are. They really are. But if you want to stay in the city where the city life is, you're going to have to pay a lot more because everybody it's so busy and so congested that either you live in the middle of it or you get away from it and then go to it for entertainment. I choose to not live in the center of all of that.
I don't blame
too
you.
much.
Hey, I think I've always been that way, but I grew up in Jersey and New York, so there are times that you have a lot of fun in the city, and then there are times you just want to go home and mellow out. So
exactly,
that's the way,
exactly.
That's the way it is. But you're going to be okay, so not to worry, okay?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I wish you the best on your move. So I know what that feels like. I'm about to do that myself. So.
Yeah.
Thank you,
do you have a dog?
I don't have one. There's one in the house where I am now, but I do want to get one.
Okay, because I see you with a dog too. But don't get one right away because you need
no
time to spend with one.
Yeah. I was going to wait a while. Okay.
Well,
thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
I like that, Johnny. Johnny?
Yes, I'm here.
Johnny.
I'm here.
When she says, all right, when she says you all, I like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
So when are you, Johnny, going to
the 17th of August. Los Angeles, I'm going to in California. It's Huntington Beach. It's 17th of August.
For how long are you going to be?
A week.
Right.
And
are we going to do the show at that point when you're there?
I'm sure we will. I mean, there's going to be, it's interesting. The show's anniversary falls in the time that I'm there. And, Barbara's birthday, it falls when I'm there. So it's going to be nice.
Well, that will be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, and Richard's birthday falls in the middle of us moving. So that should be fun.
That's okay.
Okay, so what do you want me to do now?
Let's see. Do you want to go to another caller?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Area code 502, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Melody.
And where are you calling from? What state?
I'm from Kentucky.
Wow. We've never had anybody from Kentucky that I know of. That's
I was
one.
laughing when you all, you all, because I say y'all.
Y'all. Actually, they do that in Nevada too a little bit, you know. The favorite, every place has their own identity, like Hawaii is aloha. Here in Nevada is you have a good one. You know, have a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they always say.
In Missouri, when you say thank you, they'll say you bet instead of you're welcome. They'll say you bet. So.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
What's we always like to know what's there to do in Tennessee?
Tennessee. I like Nashville. It's a party scene. You know, lots of like country bars and live music. But it's something you should definitely experience one time in Nashville. And then there's Gatlinburg in Tennessee, which is beautiful.
Oh, wow. Never been down to that neck of the woods. The furthest gone is North Carolina.
Oh, okay. So not very south.
Yeah, I don't know. So how can I help you, sweetheart?
I have been feeling really, the best way to describe it is stuck. Not sleeping. I'm very drained. I'm a pretty sensitive empath, and I don't know how to get out of this rut. And I feel like that. I feel like there's something, a message I should be receiving, but I'm so like my brain is so fogged. I'm not receptive right now. I just feel.
Well, let me explain what an empath is to a lot of people because they don't know. Because I'm one, and I'm going through a lot of the same things you're going through, especially with these fires and the smoke, and I'm stuck in the house. And okay, being an empath is you pick up on other people's feelings and you think they're your own. Like if somebody is, you know, sick or they're having a heart problem, your heart may palpitate. Mm-hmm. Or if something is, they're bummed out, then you're going to be bummed out, but you think it's you and it's them. Or I used to have this with one of my best friends. She'd have this good and plenty craze, and I don't even like the stuff. And then all of a sudden I'd call her up and I said, I have this desire for good and plenty. She'd be eating one. You know, You know what I mean?
Yes.
So an empath, it's hard unless you, and I've learned to isolate myself from the world, and that only doesn't help. You sort of get away from everything.
Yes,
that's what
even like I can't watch the news. You know, news.
I know. I have this thing with Richard. He's always talking to me about dogs, and he loves them. And I'm going, I don't want to see anything about dogs. He doesn't understand why. But no wonder. I said, can't handle a dog being hurt. I can't handle it because I have a dog. And so in watching the news, I usually walk away from it. Some of it I can watch, some of it I can't, because you're picking up on all that stuff, you know, which is something I want to talk about in the news. Johnny, are you there?
I'm here.
Johnny, listen to this. And I looked this up because it was empathically, I felt this to be true. It was sometime in June, like around the 16th, that the United States government put a bomb by Florida, and they blew it up, a hydrogen bomb or a big bomb. It was 40,000 tons, and it blew up. I mean, they did it as an experiment to make sure it worked, right? And then a few days later is when Surfside and all the other places started, losing it. And I think that bomb, and it said it caused a 3.9 earthquake in Florida. So I have a feeling that bomb had something to do with it. And I'm feeling that so strong, it's unreal. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Johnny.
I'm here. Are you saying that, because you yourself said you never were much of a world predictor. It sounds like you're making world prediction, though, don't you think?
No, I'm not making a prediction. I'm saying that bomb went off, and I believed it caused some of the shaking that made some of the, Surfside and other places start. They had problems to begin with, but I think it shook a lot of the problems loose. And that's not called world prediction.
Okay.
World prediction is that the president's going to be assassinated. That's a world prediction. No, I don't do that. But I'm saying, but there are times that I get those feelings, so I just have to say, and I don't know why I brought that up. But that's part of being an empath. You pick up, And sweetheart, I wished I could give you an answer as to how not to do it, how to get away from it. The only way I know to get away from it is to isolate yourself on an island or something.
Right.
But then you still pick it up because you're picking it up through your brain.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, I have found one way, and I did this, okay? I bought me a headset, and I would blast music in my ears, and that worked.
I do that at nighttime because to me silence is loud. I don't know if that makes sense, but my mind races when it's silent. So I have to have some kind of like podcast or something at nighttime. Nighttime is a really hard time, like the worst for me. But you said you're an empath. Do you have gastric issues or stomach issues?
No.
Okay. I've read that some empaths, they have that because they're picking up on the energy and stuff. I have a lot of stomach issues.
Well, I could if I ran into somebody who had stomach problems, then I would pick up their stomach problems.
Yeah, that's true.
But as a whole, no.
Okay.
No. So I'll turn the TV on all night just to listen so it drowns out all the noise in my head and stops me from thinking,
Yes.
So that helps. So that's the only way. It's something you're just going to have to live with because you're extremely psychic too.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So where were we with the question?
Well, and I just I feel like that someone who has passed, or maybe an angel guide or some I'm meant to know something. I just feel like there's something that I'm supposed to know, and I'm not receiving the message.
Well, unfortunately, there's always something we need to know from the other side, and it's called. I'll give you an idea. Pay attention to the signs in the road when you're driving or whatever. Pay attention to the signs. So I'll give you an idea. I needed a place to live, and there was a sign right up on the building that said for rent. And I said, I don't want to live there. It's too close to the street. Well, lo and behold, then my landlord died, and I have to move. So pay attention to the signs. The other side always gives you a sign about something.
Okay.
One of my favorite ones as a sign was I go to my dad's grave and I talk to him and I said, Dad, if you knew I was here, give me a sign of some sort that you knew I was here. So as we're driving back from L.A., and we're on I-5, we get shoved off the highway, and we have to take a different route. And as we're taking a different route, there's a farm that says Murray's Farm. Well, that was my dad's name.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. Those are signs, okay?
Yeah, and when you know,
yep.
You know, whenever you see stuff like that, you know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you just hit it on the button. When you know, you know. And nobody, don't let anybody shake it for you. Just like I'm telling Johnny, I know that bomb went off and shook the surf side. I can't prove it, and I don't think it wasn't meant to happen that way, but I think, I know that was one of the causes. I'll say one of the causes, okay?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You guys can look it up, because I went and looked it up yesterday about the bomb. For, what was it, Richard? 40,000 what?
It was a 40,000 pound bomb, not a nuclear thing, just a bomb. I mean, or a big explosive device. They dropped it in the ocean, and they were supposedly testing the effect on ships from an explosion like that. So I'm assuming, this is bad, do assume, that the Navy had some ships out there floating around, and they were taking measurements and tests and all this nonsense. But in defense of what you're saying, I would agree with you. With a 3-point-something earthquake factor thrown in, and that Surfside condo was weak to start with. It was about ready to fall in, and all it needed was that last little push. And maybe this was the last little push that did it. Boom, down she came. Anyway, I won't go any further.
Yeah, it isn't anything they would ever admit. Cause,
I don't believe in coincidences, so I can understand what you're saying. And
well, there is no such thing as coincidence. Things are meant to happen for a reason.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And always things happen for a reason. We don't know exactly what the reasons are at the time, but later on, we find out, oh, that's why that happened. It's like looking back at the past.
Yes, I always say hindsight is 20/20.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you feel about this one, but I've always been asked, do you think things are predestined, or do you think things are free will?
You know what? That's one thing that I ponder a lot. I don't know if I think that they're predestined. I think that things can change. I don't think that things are predestined. And I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have made thousands of predictions. And in those predictions, if it can be altered or changed, it can only be done so minutely, but it will revert back to the original thing.
Well, that is a very good point. Yeah. I do, now that you said that, I do think that that does make sense.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, I've had it where people come to me for reading, and plane's going to crash. Don't go on the plane. But the plane does crash, but they're not on it.
Mhm.
Okay, so I feel like major events in the world are predestined. There's room for little bits of altering the future to a point, but I've been able to do it. I've been able to alter the future a little bit. But you know what? Somewhere down the line, it always comes back to the way it should go.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm giving you an education here.
Yes, you are. Yes. And I appreciate your advice.
Okay, and what else you need to know, sweetheart?
Nothing. Just real quick, I'll tell you. We were talking about signs. My younger brother passed away, and they say pennies from heaven, and I was finding pennies. I mean, like in the bathtub, like places you would not. And I jokingly said out loud one day, I said, Jordan, I need a raise, and I started finding dimes.
You started finding what?
dimes instead of pennies. So that's what I needed to raise.
Oh, is that funny? Also, butterflies.
Yes.
But beside pennies from heaven, so always look at the date of the pennies from heaven, but also butterflies.
Okay.
And then butterflies appear. I have one that no matter what I do, I can't change it or alter it. And when a bird hits my window, that's the sign of death. That is, I'm going to hear of a death.
Oh, okay.
Every single, that's my sign. Okay.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you for calling. And I hope you learned a little.
I did. I really did. Very insightful. And you all have a wonderful weekend.
Okay.
Okay, you too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
All right.
What do you want to say? Talk to me first, because Barbara always talks to me.
I know. Well, this is just interesting, I guess. I'm not used to saying this much. I'm used to more of the technical stuff. But they do say that, that the pennies and feathers are supposed to be signs. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, feathers. I forgot about that. I don't know what the feather means, but every time I find a feather, it's supposed to be good luck or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the pennies from heaven are just pennies you find on the street, and they have a date, and you're supposed to look at the date and try to remember if you can recall it meaning anything to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, are you ready for another call?
No, I want to talk to you more.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I don't want to go.
It's amazing. I mean, let me ask you this: when you feel these things, I mean, do you just see them, or do you feel them, or both?
What things?
Feelings, predictions.
I feel them. And sometimes I see them, but mostly feel. I'm a feeler. I can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that are real visual. I'm not one of them. I was looking for a tool in my kitchen, and it was right in front of me. I can't, I don't see. But then all of a sudden, if I look at my house, here's a weird one. If I look at the house I just rented, I could see myself in it. But then if I look at the apartment that I was going to rent, I don't see myself no more. It fades to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that answers your question.
That's wrong.
All right. What? Let's go on. Is that what you said?
No, that's what you said.
No, I thought that's what Richard said.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm trying not to
him
say
anyway.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah, she never listens to me.
Okay, go on.
Okay,
you ready for another call?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Area code 216, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes.
Aloha.
Hello. Oh, hey. My name is Sharon. How are you?
Fine. And where are you calling from, Sharon?
The city is around Westlake, Ohio.
Westlake, Ohio. I've been to Ohio. It's a very beautiful state. You've been going through some, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of hurt.
Not this year. I think last year, yes.
Oh, okay. Last year.
No,
you're coming out of it.
Thank you. That's
okay.
what I am. You're absolutely right. And I know I have with work a little bit. There's one person that's just deceitful, but I think it got straightened out. Today it's like she's like she changes from day to day. It's just one person. I love my job, but one person can make the whole office terrible. You understand what I mean, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I have had a lot of hurt in my life. You're absolutely right. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, it's beyond the norm. Okay. I mean, it's like when you were growing up and going through hell and going through pain and going through suffering and not knowing where your next meal would come from sometimes. I mean, it's like you've risen above it.
You're right. Oh, don't get me emotional. You are right. I did have a hard
sorry.
childhood. I did.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
So did I. So I can relate. I
finally have a great job, and I thank God every day for it. I'm not kidding.
Okay, what type of work do you do?
I'm in investment banking.
Okay, is that like a Fidelity or stocks or?
Yeah, it's a bank though, not in but yes. I work like a private bank. I work at home, but that's my question. Yeah, I love it. It keeps my mind very active. What I would say with this girl that keeps bothering you, and I do believe she's at her end, because she's not going to be there much longer. Okay. She's just been doing this the last 6 weeks. That's why you can see I was so hurt. I don't get it. People are so freaking crazy. You just don't know what hits them or what triggers them. I did nothing to her. Maybe she's worried about her job. That's all I could figure.
No. How old is she?
43.
She's in the menopause, okay? She's entering the menopause.
Oh, today she was nice. Maybe she picked someone else to pick, or not to pick on, but just to be shitty.
I mean, you understand what the menopause is.
I sure do. Oh yeah. Mood swings, the whole.
Oh yeah. So that's what if you really look back at what she's done, it's all the beginning stages of the menopause. And all I can tell you is be kind to her, be nice to her, and be really sweet to her and say, is there anything I can help you with? She can't help. I went through 20 years of that menopause.
Wow. That's interesting. I bet you're right. In fact, I know
I'm right. Because the menopause starts right around that age. And it's like you want to shoot yourself with a gun. I mean, it's just like, it's hell.
But I have to tell you, I called last week. You probably don't remember. But you were so right about my question. I have a totally different question tonight. But you were so right. It was about my review I had this week. You said that there was something that I needed to work on, the one thing. And I got a great review, except there's one thing I need to work on. You were so right. And she's right. Everybody has to work on something. But you were absolutely right. I just want to let you know that.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you. Not to worry. But as far as this girl, she's going to go away and tell her you understand what she's going through, and just leave it at that. And just try to.
You really think she's going to leave?
Yes.
Wow! By the end of the year?
I don't know when.
Timing's so hard. I know. I shouldn't even ask that. I know. Timing's so hard. But I hope she leaves on her own and not any other way.
I don't think it matters. That's none of your business.
Thank you.
Just let it.
You're right.
Flow, and do what you need to do, and you'll be fine. Okay.
All right. This is the question I had, but totally different than what my work. My dog. I have a question about my lovely dog I adopted. Her name's Olive. I'm going back into the office. I'm going back into the office after Labor Day. This is true. I mean, it's official. 2 days a week. Is she going to be okay home alone 2 days a week? What are you picking up on her?
Oh.
She's very housebroken, but I don't want her to have anxiety. What are you picking up on her? Please, I'm sorry.
2 days a week, I don't see a problem. Do you have a friend that can come check on her?
Yes, I was thinking about giving it. Yes, I do. I even thought of dog daycare.
Get a babysitter. They do have babysitters that can come in a couple hours a day and walk her and play with her, and do that, and she'd be fine.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But she's not.
But I know how you feel. I don't leave my dog alone for 2 seconds. He goes with us everywhere.
Goes everywhere with me. She goes except for when I go to the gym.
Can't you bring her to work? Can't you bring?
No, not at a bank. Nope. I even take her to the grocery store because she had such a hard life. She's 9 years old. She was. I don't even want to go into it. But I just don't want her to get scared. And yes, I thought of doggy daycare, but doggy daycare isn't always that good. They keep them in a cage, I'd rather have her roam
Well,
around
not
my
all,
house than
not
stay in
all
a
of
cage.
them do.
Not all.
You're
right. You're right.
Just pick the ones that don't. And if you were to take her to doggy daycare where she can play with other dogs, she'll be as happy as a pumpkin.
I know. You're right. She's worth it. I'm taking her this Tuesday as a test trial. I'm going to drop her off. I'm taking the day off.
I know.
That's
not hard. I couldn't do that. I could not go and leave my dog. I can't do it.
At doggy daycare. I know. This is the first. I've only had her 3 months. She's wonderful. Oh, my gosh. I absolutely love her.
But you know what?
They
need companionship and socialization of other animals. So is this doggy daycare, they don't lock them up?
This one, I don't know. I'm going to find out Tuesday when I go in. I think they have a huge. Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor. Call. You don't have to go down there.
Yeah.
Call. And you can
All
call
right.
different ones to see where, hey, I know in Nevada they have swimming pools for them. They have slides for them. It's just like, it's unbelievable, what they have. They have beds and bedrooms and televisions. They have hotels. I mean, so look around. You'll find something. It may cost your paycheck, but it's worth it for 2 days.
And 2 days a week, I know. Maybe one, if during the winter. I'm sure snow days. But I know they're not cheap. You're damn right about that. So I'm going to check it out. But I'm just worried about her anxiety. She keeps it to herself. But she's a good girl.
Okay. She'll be okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you for the advice about work, too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Aloha.
Okay.
Well, that was nice, Johnny.
It's funny. I got we still have some callers, and what's interesting is the putting out the tags really works. It's nice that we found out what works, because
what? Putting up what?
The tags. The tags.
What tag?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. The tags.
Okay.
I don't. You said that you didn't want me to explain it to you, but you seem it works.
No. I got it. I remember. It's okay. Okay, you can go on to the next. You can go on to the next person.
This next person is area code.
Wait,
What?
Johnny. I just give out your phone number, please.
Sure. This number is 516-531-9874.
74.
Okay.
Okay, but Richard, you talked over him. So let him do it
I
again,
didn't talk
please.
to him.
Yeah,
you mean
did.
516?
Yeah, don't.
516-531-9874. Go ahead, John. Repeat it again.
All right. 516-531-9874 during the show. Okay?
That's it. If you want to,
good.
Yeah.
Area code
if you want a reading on the show.
You're on the
don't
air.
give that out. I'll give it out. Okay, go ahead.
Right. 860, are you there?
Hello, how are you?
Hi. Where are you from? New Jersey?
Aloha.
Hi, this is Amla. How are you?
Emma, where are you from?
Connecticut. I've talked to you before.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, how can I help you?
Yes, I was wondering, do you see me meeting, like, Soul Tribe, really connecting types of people in the next month or two, or possibly a relationship?
Well, what you're saying, the first part, meeting who?
Yes.
Meeting, who do you want to meet?
I want to meet deep, connected people, and it's not because if I go to a spiritual group, this is just an example that I'll meet somebody there. It doesn't even need to be male. I don't care what gender it is. It's just I'm not meeting people, even though I go places, that really have a deep connection, and I just would love to. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Out of curiosity, what sign are you? What month are you born?
I am Sagittarius, December.
Okay. Most people do not have deep connections when they meet up with somebody. Most people don't have soul rendering connections. It's very rare. Once in a while, you'll pick up on somebody and you go, I've known them before, or I feel a connection. So I wouldn't expect that at all. I would just go with having happiness and fun and joy, and whatever you pick up, you pick up. And eventually, the deep connections will come about later on.
Okay.
All right.
Do you feel
Thanks
like there's anybody, though? Do you feel like there's anybody, like, in the next few months or anything, or no?
I do. But I've talked to you before, so I'm going to move on to the next person. Thank you for calling, sweetie.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, you said going to the next caller, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Area code 386, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Cindy. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Florida, okay. Did you hear what I was saying about Florida earlier, about the Surfside?
No, I didn't. I called in late. I just realized you were on, and I just was finishing up my evening chores with the animals, and I called in, and I started just...
Okay, what part of Florida? What part of Florida are you from?
I'm from South Florida, but I'm in North Florida right now at the moment.
South and North don't mean anything to me. Okay. What I had said was, and I want to repeat it again, the government was testing a bomb in Florida, repeat it, Richard, 40, what?
What, the bomb?
Richard?
That was about 100 miles offshore.
And how big was it?
40,000-ton bomb that was submerged and exploded to test the stresses on ships from the explosion. But it also caused about a 3.1 or 2 earthquake.
No, 3.8 earthquake.
Okay, in Florida. And what we're saying here is that this might have had something to do with the Surfside condo falling in as kind of the last straw. You know, the condo was about ready to fall in anyway, and then boom, this thing goes, shake it, and boom, down she gave. Okay, into explanation, go.
Not only that, there was balconies that fell off, which is very strange, somewhere in Florida. And just recently, there was I just saw it on the news yesterday that somewhere in Florida, there was a place where you sing, you know, they had thousands of people, but nobody was there, and that fell out. And I think that the bomb that they infused had something to do with it. Wow. I'm not, anyway. I just think that it was part of it. I'm not saying it was the whole thing. I just think that because they did that, that caused some of the stuff to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you, darling?
Yeah, I hadn't heard about them setting off a bomb underwater.
Yeah, well, crazy. I don't think they wanted any. I heard it once and saw it on TV and going, whoa. Anyway. And then a few days later, Surfside fell in. So I'm going,
Check into her question.
Oh,
very interesting,
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, how far are you from the Surfside?
Oh, long ways, like
long haul.
Maybe 6 hours.
Okay. How can I help you?
I was wondering if you have any insight on a relationship that I was recently in, if you see that coming back together and as reconnecting.
Name. Let me have his name.
Mark.
Okay. Have you been talking to him at all?
No, not for 2 weeks.
Not for 2 weeks, okay. But you guys ended it more or less on a friendly basis, or just walked away?
No, we got in a very stupid argument that I have no idea what it was even about. We were actually getting very, very close, and it just suddenly had a blow up, and stupidest thing I ever saw. I have no idea what happened.
Well, that happens a lot with men. Men are very strange creatures. When they feel when they feel they're getting too close to you, they push you away.
That's
don't
kind of what I thought happened.
Why. Women are different, but men, like, oh, I'm getting really close to her, I better run away. It's not abnormal, okay? Will he come around about again? Yes, but slowly. But it won't be like it was before.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
No.
So are we going to get back in a relationship or no? Or I'm just going to get communication from him?
I don't see it yet, and I wouldn't want you to wait for it. But if it were to happen, it would be more or less your choice. So just let it go for now. There's nothing you can say, nothing you can do. He's just scared. He's running scared.
Okay. So you see if I am going to have any communication with him, any explanation? Or...
Probably not, because he doesn't know himself. It's just when men get real close to people, they tend to do that. That's just, in all my years of dealing with this is what I see. Women don't do that. Women immerse, but men go, oh, I'm getting too close to her. I got to leave. They put on their Nikes and their running shoes and they go. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Well.
Okay, Johnny, talk to me.
Okay, this has been a good show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta say, I really, really miss Barbara. Whenever she's not here, I get a sort of emptiness when she's not here. But that's, I mean, it's just I really care about her. She's my best friend, and so
I know.
Are you ready for me to do the shout out?
Yeah, sure. I would appreciate that. And
now,
I wish Barbara well. We'll see her next week. And eventually we're going to do Blue Jeans
the video.
And
well, I mean, that's
Jeans.
a possible. Yeah, that's I'm going to talk to Barbara about that. I do want to do something to where, I mean, there's a way to kind of, because we're figuring things out with Blue Jeans that we didn't know before. And the thing is, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but Barbara would be able to explain. And I think we want to be able to kind of put the show out more for more people to see, if that makes any sense, and have, like, for me, not before I've said a shout out, I mean, it's a learning thing for me because I rock back and forth, and I'm not used to people seeing me. I'm used to people just, when you're disabled, you can hide things over the radio.
Right. And then Johnny, don't feel bad. There's a lot of people that don't want
don't
to be
feel
seen.
bad.
And including me, I don't want to be seen. As you get older.
I mean, it's hard.
I like radio, but you know what? I'm going to give out my private consultation if anybody wants a reading. If they want, it's 808-372-1816, 808-372-1816, and that's for private consultation only. I don't charge much, and if you look me up, you can look me up at Dayle, Dayle, Schear, SCHEAR.com.
All right. And also, I want to thank everybody for being here on the show. And again, we wish Barbara the best. After this show will be uploaded to YouTube, and it will also be here so that you can listen to it. And basically, And on Roku as well. It would be on Roku under the Life After Happiness channel. So I hope that everybody has a good weekend, and good night, everyone.
Yeah,
Hey, good
aloha.
Night. Aloha, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.